Max Euwe Center, Mr. Geoffrey Borg. Can you also tell a bit more about the plans of Global Chess and perhaps especially what you will be doing here at the Max Euwe Center?
Okay, well, Global Chess was set up, I would say, following the last election campaign. FIDE has tried for a couple of years before that, I would say, well, even longer than that, somewhere around 2001, to attempt to try and reorganize the chess world a little bit to think marketing. Following the campaign with the right move that we held last year, I was working together with Bessel, obviously, and we reviewed, I would say, the possibilities that could be done for chess, and they are quite interesting. There's a lot of potential, and chess has been growing pretty well. You know, we've had good response for people, let's say, wishing to organize Olympiads, World Youth Championships, which are very huge events in terms of exposure. And we said ultimately that we need to be organizing something with sponsors, so that instead of basically a person is always investing money from his personal pocket, in this case it was the FIDE president, Kirsan Ilyumzinov, we need to invest money into an organization which in turn will try and improve the image of chess at the first level. Secondly, then start to establish a more dynamic image, including, let's say, the website presence, what services are offered by FIDE, and this could be done by an arm outside FIDE. Within FIDE, you would obviously have too many technical details, administrative details, which need to be addressed: format, times, regulations, handbook, etc. So ultimately, you would need to go outside if you need to meet the challenges of a fast-moving environment. People out there are after concrete results in terms of when they want to speak relating to a sports sponsorship. They want to understand what's in return for them. And unfortunately, we are past the days whereby people just do it because they believe, chess is nice. Chess is a great game, but ultimately we have to market it and do what all other sports organizations are doing and give sponsors their value in terms of image exposure and money's worth.
Yeah. Okay. And I understand you will be headed here at the Max Euwe Center?
The head office of Global Chess is based in Amsterdam, at the Max Euwe Centrum, which is obviously the most ideal location one could ever dream of, particularly in a country which has such a strong chess tradition. Ultimately, we will have other branch offices in a number of other countries because the objective is global, as we said. But the main office that we will be looking at is Amsterdam, based on its logistical interface, its chess background, also obviously being Bessel is Dutch, but ultimately there's a whole mix of factors which make it work very nicely to sell ultimately as a concept for chess.
Okay, yes. And what is your main field?
I will be the Chief Executive Officer, so I'll be the CEO of Global Chess.
Okay.
Global Chess will then ultimately start branching off into several areas, but the idea would be that my main activities would focus upon obviously discussions with sponsors to try and obviously increase the amount of sponsorship that FIDE gets from third party. Normally we call them blue chip sponsors, people in I would say top global companies. And secondly, the idea would be to then review the activities that FIDE is organizing to make sure that they are organized at the highest level possible, because obviously by improving the quality of the events, we will also ensure that sponsors are happier, players are happier, organizers are happier, so ultimately it's a win-win. We have to make sure that everyone together coordinates. So ultimately, Global Chess objective is to create opportunities for the whole chess world, whether you're an organizer, an arbiter, a professional player, even an amateur player, a junior. We look at the whole spectrum. Okay, so the idea is chess development across the whole spectrum. We have to understand that chess depends upon the masses, first and foremost, and professionals can make money if there is a substantial amount of masses that are playing. So the more we widen the base, the more chance that there are that professionals come through and that they can get better money out of chess. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you think at the moment is the main problem for chess? Is it its image, or what is it that?
I think many organizations, sort of if you look at the number of sports organizations that exist, many sports organizations have gone through lots of problems. And what you need to do is restructure at a point in time. So you have to sit back and say, what are we doing wrong? And by recognizing you're doing something wrong, it's the first part of the solution.
It's like learning chess.
Yes, I mean, like anything in life, recognizing you're not doing something correctly is the first way to starting to do it correctly. Some people don't recognize it at all, put their head in the sand, and then basically they just keep on doing things wrongly. We've gone past that. So at least today everybody recognizes that there are lots of challenges to chess. I mean, internet is a challenge, although it's given chess a massive opportunity. One famous, sort of saying is that sort of the internet, was invented for chess. So literally, we can use the internet to our own advantage as a chess world. So obviously, we are probably one of the few sports which can be played via the internet, and at the same time, you could be getting a game of chess with Brazil. Sort of when you're at midnight, Brazil is just sort of starting to move in the afternoon, and similarly, sort of if you're early morning, you can get a game against Chinese or Asian players easily. So you can play at any time of the day against professional players or semi-professional players. You can play strong games of chess. You've got obviously a very strong software interface as well. Many computer companies are interested in the software interface. There's lots of development. So the challenges are huge for chess. Really, really good, really positive. Now we have to tap into that. We have to see it as positive, not as a threat. Okay, like anything, you have basically strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats in what we are doing. And we just have to move forward in all those areas and identify where we stand and build on them. We have a lot of expertise around, lots of people in all backgrounds, whether they are doctors, engineers, computer programmers, a wealth of knowledge that unfortunately we haven't been tapping. And we need to harness all that energy together if we really want to move forward.
Okay,
big challenge, but
yes,
we need to look forward.
Well, good luck with
So
global
thank you very much.